The Bills are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. Let's go to Adam Schefter now, who's got more to say about the Redskins' latest pick.
He's the type of offensive lineman that doesn't get mentioned often by the commentators, but when they do, it's complimentary. He's a smart, big guy who knows how to play mistake-free at the line. In fact, he won a stretch of games this season in which he didn't allow a single sack. That's an impressive feat for any college offensive lineman, and it's no wonder to see a team take him. He's going to have to adjust to the larger size and strength of NFL defensive linemen, but I think his intangibles are stronger than any lineman in this class.
The Packers are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. Pick's been made. Let's go to Adam Schefter to hear more about the player.
He's a receiver that started getting a lot of attention following an incredible all-star performance. He was always known as a reliable target, but he went above and beyond during the exhibition game, catching everything thrown his way. Even though he was facing off against some of the top defensive backs in this class, he was able to create separation and make plays after the catch. He followed the All-Star game with great combine and pro day workouts, showing just how athletic he really is. I think we'll see him quickly grow into an NFL caliber receiver for this team through the course of the season.
The Saints are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. Now that he's off the board, Adam, tell us more about Lynch.
His pro day was a magnification of his bigger problem areas. He didn't suffer any drops during the passing drills, but he had several passes that were hauled in very awkwardly. He bobbled a few of them several times before he was able to completely secure the ball. With how tight defenders cover receivers in the NFL, he'll need to catch the ball and bring it to his body before the hit or strip. The receivers coach will need to work with him on catching balls away from his body with confidence.
The Lions are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. The Steelers are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Panthers are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Titans are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. Let's go to Adam Schefter now with more to say about McGee.
He came away from the combine with the Workout Warrior designation. It's a title that helps some sleepers become stars and some busts become, well, busts. The question was, which category did he fall under? Well, in his defense, if you look at his film, it seems to match up well with what he can do in the weight room. He's a physically gifted athlete and knows how to use it in games. If I had to pick out what kind of workout warrior he is, I call him Boom. We'll see if I'm right.
The Eagles are now on the clock. The Chiefs are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. Our very own Adam Schefter has more to say about this pick.
The foundation of any good team starts up front, and here's a guy who's a franchise's dream come true. GMs I talked to pointed to several of his games in college where he took on some of the nation's best defensive linemen, going toe-to-toe with them for 60 minutes of brutal trench combat and dominating them. He's going to be able to protect the franchise quarterback in addition to opening up holes for the run game. With size, speed, and strength, he should have a very successful NFL career.
The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock. All right, let's go to Adam Schefter, who's got more on this pick.
In a surprise move during the season, he left the team, citing personal reasons for the decision. From some of the reports I've heard, it sounds like he had some family issues that he really wanted to settle before the draft. His coach and teammates didn't hold any ill will against him and actually seemed supportive in his decision. He mentioned to several teams during the combine interviews that he felt a burden lifted off his shoulders, and now he can really focus on football. Despite missing a lot of his senior year, I like this kid a lot, and I think he'll do fine for this team.
The Saints are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. Adam, what can you tell us about that last pick?
He's a very athletic defensive back, but if you watch his combine tape, you'll see why he's on defense and not a receiver. During the pass reaction drills at Indy, he had a hard time hauling in any of the passes thrown his way. Some passes he bobbled, some passes he missed by a fingertip, and at least one pass he flat dropped. He may be able to make a play on the ball with his agility, but I don't think he has the playmaking ability some teams want in their defensive backs. It'll be interesting to see how soon he gets on the field for this team early in the season.
The Lions are now on the clock.